whenever you're ready.
There, at the bottom, Rambalti refers to the 100 segments. Here,
Meaning what?
we don't have what it goes into, the pages. So your counter-mission remains same as Argentina. Find the book, take photos, give the original to ST6 and the copies to us.
And just don't screw up again. Got it.
One more thing. Your father reported that Sloan has been staying home a lot lately.
Yeah. His wife, Emily, she's sick.
You two used to be close.
No, we still are. Just less so now that she's been diagnosed. She became really reclusive. And actually, I haven't seen her since I found out the truth about her husband.
I have been talking to Devlin and we think this is a great opportunity. I'd like you to call her. Tell her that you'd like to meet her. Get invited to her house.
You want me to plant a bug? Vaughn, she's dying of cancer.
I know, I'm sorry.
You want me to use this woman?
She'll never know.
But I will.
Look, we have tried every possible way to plant a listening device in that ST6 office. It's pointless. There's nothing we can do. Listen, this is our opportunity, okay? Sloan's house must be less vulnerable. ST6 office is all kind of those stuff, like they can't do it.
This is not a logistical question. This is a moral question.
Moral question, really, Sydney? You're a spy. This should be the least darkest decision you have to make.
But what you're not hearing is that Emily is my friend. Despite what her husband did, she's my friend. And she's dying. Does that not seem wrong to you?
Why does it seem wrong to you?
Because she's innocent. Because she's a good person.
What she doesn't know, she'll never know. This might be one of her last opportunities to do something good.
Ah, great.
Bringing back memories, Kevin.
I wasn't in that scene.
I know.
Of course it does. Yes, it does. Great job, you guys. That's not an easy scene. There's a lot going on there. Kate, great choice of scenes. How did you guys feel? And then we'll get into it.
Good. Other than forgetting counter surveillance, I've been good on everything.
That's not an easy word. Counter surveillance.
No.
Yes. You had a lot to say and you handled it very well. I'm very impressed. And you also brought in a prop. I enjoyed that as well. The drink really, and I'm not kidding, the drink really kind of added an element. I like to do that a lot. Just kind of have something where it doesn't become about the words, like let's just, it's again, the words are not the life, they're the product of the life. What is the life? What is the relationship? Really good. I want to get into each of you, but Faye, how did you feel?
It felt okay. I'm just hard on myself, so I kind of always say that.
You're what? I'm sorry.
I'm just hard on myself, so I tend to always say that. Yeah, it felt good to do for the first time with Rita.
Yeah, you guys were great. Listen, we're all hard on ourselves, but this is like you guys have to treat like this kind of experience as like, no one is judging anybody but ourselves. We're only judging ourselves. We're all just trying to figure it out. I don't have the answers. I'm just trying to figure it out with you. You know what I mean? Like we're all just trying to, the key to acting is like, what is this scene about? That's the main work. Like you'll figure out how to execute. You know what I mean? Like you're all great actors. I can tell already. Like it's not about, was that good or was that bad? What it is did we understand what was happening in the scene? And do we understand what the relationship is between these people? Because you'll show up on a set or in a play, you might not even like that other actor in real life, but you have to create a relationship. So like, what is the relationship? You know what I mean? So that's what I want to get rid of, like, how did we do? And let's focus on like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? And you both did great, by the way, even though I just said we're not talking about that. I would just say, remember, they're friends, right? And I would just say, let's both get to the conflict, yes, but let's figure it out as we're going. You're on the same team. What she's asking you is a big ask, but remember, you want to take down Sloane just as much as she does. Emily is Sloane's wife.
Yep.
She is dying, and you're friendly with her, and you didn't know Sloane was evil, until many years after you were friends with both of them, including you have a very special relationship with Emily. Is it Emily? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So I would say, obviously you're a fiery actress, you can get there, but let's take some time. Let's listen to what she's asking you. Let's build to the conflict, I would say, a little bit. So we have some place to go, right? So just try a little bit, like steps getting to, like, you don't be so convinced it's a bad idea just yet,
Yeah.
right?
Can I just ask? So
Yeah.
what you're saying is like making sense to me. So it's almost like she's going to be defensive over her friend, but she's also like, she wants to do what's right with Vaughn as well.
Yes.
So there's also like conflict within herself. So she's not so mad as what I was doing, I guess.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a bad choice to be angry there, but I think it would probably be interesting to do what you just said, which is have this conflict. We always have conflict. It's human nature. Like, subtext, is we're saying one thing, but we're thinking something else. So, I think that's, I think you're right on with that.
Okay.
That's really important. And then I think that Rita, I mean, you seem already like you have been a CIA operative for years. You're very comfortable in this role. And if I was doing a movie about the CIA right now, I would cast you. But that was great. I just think maybe another choice would be really just try some different tactics to make sure that she understands she's doing a good job. And that this is really important. Just try some other ways to get her to do what you want, but also listen to her concerns. This isn't you're not necessarily her superior. I feel like you guys are peers. So you're kind of like what we're doing now. You're figuring it out together. You're not Devlin, you're not Sloane. You're not coming in saying this is what you need to do, which is a good choice. It's a realistic choice, but I think let's try that they care about each other a little more, and they're trying to figure it out together. Kate, what do you think?
No, I love that. And I love that by not knowing how she's going to react, having an idea, but then having to listen and go, okay, so she's having, like, really take her in, like, this is not going to be easy for her. So how can I help make it easier? Because I really need her to do it, as opposed to get her more upset. Like, try not to get her upset, right? I gotta keep her, get her on my team, get her on my team.
Her, calm her.
Yeah.
And it's like the whole concept of like improvising with scripted dialogue. It's like, whatever, you guys are just having a conversation. If somebody says something and you want to pause or whatever, like, we got all the time we need, just like take your time or go for it or step on each other's lines. I don't care. Just do what feels like you're talking to somebody that you care about, and there's a lot going on in the scene. You guys get it. nothing
I would also say, because of what you just said, that there's so much going on, just remind yourselves, you don't know what you're, and I know it sounds basic, but I have to do this when there's a lot of dialogue. I don't know what they're going to say, and I don't know what I'm going to say. Just, it's the first time you're hearing this information. And the first time you're getting how she's going to respond to what you say. So don't anticipate is another way of saying
I
that.
still
Just
do
don't.
that, by the way.
I-
It's the actors' night. Is we all do it. We all
Totally.
anticipate. So we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're at the bottom. Rambaldi refers to the 100 segments.
Meaning what?
Meaning we do not have the pages that leads in the book. So your counter mission remains same as Argentina. Get the book, take photos, give the original to SG6 and the copies to us, okay?
Okay, and just don't screw it up this time. Got it.
Hey, listen. Your father reported that Sloan has been staying home a lot lately.
Yeah, his wife, Emily, she's sick.
Yeah, you two used to be close.
Yeah, I mean, we still are. Less so now because she got diagnosed and she's been pretty reclusive. But actually, when I think about it, I haven't seen her since I found out about her husband.
So me and Devlin, we have been talking, and I think it's a great opportunity there. I'd like you to call her, tell her you'd like to meet her, get her invited to her house.
You want me to plant a bug? Vaughn, she's dying of cancer.
I know, I'm really sorry.
So you want me to use this woman?
She'll never know.
I will.
Look, Sydney, we have tried every possible way, okay, to plant a listening device in ST6 office, and we have failed. It's just impossible to put any counter surveillance thing over there because they have all the techniques that, to stop us. Here, Sloan's house, it is more vulnerable. So, please.
But don't you think it's not really a logistical question? It's more of a moral question.
Sydney, moral question, really? You're a spy. This should be the least darkest thing you have to do.
But you're not hearing me. She's my friend. Despite what her husband has done, she is my friend and she's dying. Don't you think there's something wrong with that?
Why do you think there's something wrong with that?
Because she's innocent and she's a good person.
Right. What she doesn't know, she'll never know. But this might be one of her last opportunities to do something actually good. Think about that.
Ladies, you're taking notes like nobody's business tonight.
Very good, you guys. Great, great adjustments. Faye, that was a great adjustment. I really, really saw you grappling with it and questioning Rita and listening to the answers and then having another question and acting on the lines. How did you feel? Did you agree?
Yeah.
You feel more present?
Yes. Yeah. I felt exactly like that. Like I was listening and just listening and responding.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that interesting? Like I do the same thing. And the first time I do something, it's like you just kind of want to get it out. And listen, I've got the lines, here we go, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, wait a minute, I know I've made choices. Let me just make those choices and stay focused on the other actor. And Rita, you were doing the same thing. In fact, you were figuring it out. Like when you said the thing about the friend, she's my friend. I really believed that because you allowed yourself to get there. You built to that as opposed to just becoming frustrated, you know, which you eventually did as well. But when you said friend, I was like, oh, it doesn't matter what the script says. I need the actor to believe that they're friends. And I did, you know, it was great. And then Rita, first of all, I've never seen someone drink coffee so well and relax. It's really good at that. Very good. When you also had a lot of great colors and you were really listening and you were responding to her concerns in a very honest way. When you said, look, Sydney, and please, we said, look, Sydney, you brought her in, even though you guys are literally 3,000 miles away. No, more than that, however many miles. I'm not good at math. I was a theater major. You brought her in. I really liked that moment. I didn't see that the first time. You just found another color to get her on board. You know, if you were going into the scene, I would just whisper in your ear and say, just get her on board. Whatever you have to do, get her on board. You know, use all your colors. The really was the moral question. When you said, really, what was that? I wrote that down. What's that line? It's a moral question. You said that, Faye?
I say that, and then she says, really, like moral.
Right.
You're a spy, Sydney.
Yeah.
What is it,
This
Rita?
is the darkest decision that you have to make.
I really liked that exchange between both of you because that's the crux of the scene. Like, what is the morality of these characters? And we can justify anything we want to ourselves as human beings. And you both were trying to figure that out in that moment. Did you feel that way, Rita?
Yeah, this time with the notes, I felt like we were more friends than me throwing things at her and just wanting her to take it. This time I wanted to take her in. I wanted to do it not just because she's a spy, but also because this is the right thing to do. I'm not imposing it on her. I'm exchanging something right we are doing together.
Together, right. I definitely saw that and believed that. And that's a really important thing you said as friends. Like, whenever I'm approaching something, I always think like, okay, well, who has the status in this scene? Who has the status? I think that's a really important thing to think about. And I was thinking while I was watching this, I'm like, who does have the status? Because Vaughn is really secretly in love with Sydney, but is also kind of her handler. And yet, you know what I mean? I think the status changes with these two. So it's always important. It's always kind of, as opposed to, I'm your superior, I have the status, which is often the part you'll get, or you'll be the subservient character, whatever it is. But I really saw that you both had moments of status in this scene. So I really like that too.
Great. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kevin, at some point we'll take a break. I'm looking at the clock for you. Are you cool to do one more and then we'll take
Yeah.
5? Okay.
I'm in the zone.
Okay. Yes, you are.
Let's go.
Let's do,
It's a little warm in here. I have some lights on.
I know we're all, oh, there you are. You're there. Ty and Kelsey. Ty and Kelsey. They're doing a scene from season 2, episode 17.
Who's playing who? Are they
playing? Ty is playing Sydney, and Kelsey is playing Michelle Yeager, who was actually Michael Yeager, but I made Michelle Yeager.